What's up, guys? QuarterHoarder here. We are back today at the field where I found that incredible Spanish Silver Cob from 1666. We really got to get a move on before this wheat starts growing. It's me, Dog Tag Doug, and Musket Ball Matt. We're going to go all around this field and see what other incredible old things we can find and try to scout it out for the hot pockets. Hot pockets.
Ooh.
Hot pockets!
So we can come back in the fall and pick up where we left off. But before we start, I got a little gift for Matt from someone at Dig Stock. So let me give it to him, and then we're going to get out and start marching. All right, Matt, so you didn't make it to Dig Stock. It was just me, Dougie, and Rich. But there's a friend of ours. His name is Trash. That's his nickname he goes by. He's an incredibly talented silver magician.
Yeah.
He makes coins, buttons, replicas, all sorts of things. So he made something. It's in this bag here. It is a solid silver musket ball on a chain.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah, and he said to give this to Musket Ball Matt.
Nice.
Trailer Trash Mobile Metalsmith. I'm going to put links down below, and he makes them all. He even has like a whole process. You can look how he makes the cast, the mold, poured in the silver, the whole thing. Like I said, incredibly talented guy.
All right, very nice. Thank you.
If that gets too heavy for you, I'll carry it.
Yeah, Doug likes to carry the silver. But thank you to Trash.
Yeah,
now,
thanks, Trash.
Now let's get out and find some incredible things, Matt. All right, Matt jumped out to the field first. I don't even have my stuff together yet, but he said he's got a screaming signal, so I'm gonna come take a live dig at it. Oh wow, that's nice, Matt. That could be, how big is it? Swing over the top to bottom for me. So it starts right there. Oh, it's small. Could be a silver dime or a large copper. We're gonna do a little LD, as we like to call it, Doug.
Okay.
LD.
LD?
Live dig.
Is everything got to be abbreviated now?
Well, I didn't feel like
Or an
saying the
acronym?
whole long two-syllable word.
I think it's going to be silver, though.
You didn't even hear it.
He told me the number came up, so.
All right, it's out. It's out.
Small.
Oh, here it is, Matt. Look.
Ooh!
It blended in.
Push it down deep.
It blended in. That's a sweet, nice, big copper.
There you go. Give me a fist bump. Nice.
Let's see.
Hopefully you'll get some.
It looks a little thin. Oh man, this place is magic. Oh, I see something.
Yeah, so do I.
It looks like a KG2.
It looks like another King George.
We didn't find one yet, Doug. I think it's a King George II, Matt.
Here you go. I don't have my toothbrush.
I didn't even have my thing.
There you
Oh,
go.
I could see it clear as day, Doug. Do you see it?
There you go. Yeah.
He's facing towards my pinky.
He's facing towards me.
Yep, I could see his shoulder. I
And
could see
your
the back
pinky.
of his head.
Oh, wow. Look at how the wind's drying.
Oh, the wind does a great job.
Oh, there it is.
Yeah, I can see it. It's
Yeah.
beautiful.
That.
My
See his
second
hat and everything.
That's amazing. All right, Matt, let's brush this down and get a good look at it. All right, there's Matt's copper. It cleaned up beautiful. King George II, he's facing to my, I don't even have to tell you, you can see it clear as day. And above his head at around 1 o'clock, you can even see the two eyes for Roman numeral for George II. There it is right there. There's Britannia sitting on the throne. Matt, that's in great
It's
shape.
It's drying out nice.
He's in potty?
Yeah, it's beautiful.
Oh.
She looks like she's in a wheelchair, but it looks great. You can see everything. And it does flip side. Oh, wait, maybe I thought it flipped sideways, but look at that. It flips up and down. For some reason I thought it flipped sideways. Matt, that's an amazing find. Inspired
Nice.
all of us. Let me get my machine and join you, and hopefully we're all going to have a heck of a day.
All right, thanks.
I don't know where Jason is. It's around the corner somewhere, the other side. I got Matt here with me. I just dug we think it's a cob. Right there. Matt just looked at it. He says, I think it's a cob. And I think he's right. Oh my goodness. I don't believe this. It is.
It is.
Oh my goodness. I can't believe it. Oh. Could you flip it?
Oh, look at that. There's.
I gotta send this to Jay. Oh. Unbelievable. Oh, what a year so far we're having. We have been just blessed with getting some great, that's good, some great permissions, and it is paying super dividends. Oh my goodness.
Nice, dude.
Oh, thanks. I can't believe it. Now it's your turn, Matt. Jason's got one. I've got one. Now it's your turn. Dig those weird numbers because I'm speechless. For once in my life, I'm speechless.
All right, this is crazy. I started on the other side of the road here. Matt and Doug started on this side. Doug just screamed out that he got a cob. 2 cobs from the same field. Let me see. Doug, did you get a date off yours yet?
I don't know what's what.
Let me see.
I see a 2.
It's upside down.
Which might be
Oh my
2
God,
real.
it's the same one I got, Doug. The Herculean pillars. Yours is a 2 real. Doug, do you know what the year is on yours?
Is that
1679.
Oh,
your
wow.
oldest coin ever. Matt,
Nice.
I got my
That's right.
oldest. Yeah, your oldest one ever, Doug. Mine was 1666. Yours is 1679.
I don't believe this.
This is like pilgrim stuff, Doug.
Pilgrims.
2 in the same field. We got to get a photo of the 2 together, the matching sisters. This side, the Crusader cross.
Is that a plow cut, do you think?
Well, when they were hammered, I mean, you think of a big hammer smashing down on a thin piece of silver, it would break sometimes during the process, but they didn't care about the quality like today's mint. So even if it broke and looked like this fresh off the hammer, it's going out like this. And every little piece would be its own weight in silver. So it's hard to say if it was hit by a plow or if this is how it left the mint. Unbelievable, Doug. We'll get a nice photo of them both together, but we got to find some more.
And where yours was very shallow.
Yeah.
Look how deep
Yours was down there quite a ways?
Yeah.
That is crazy, man. Congratulations, Doug.
Thank you.
We are starting a whole new club, Tie Cobs. The jokes write themselves, Doug. They write themselves. Well, we are digging all sorts of signals in this field of 1,000 cobs because the cobs come up low. So we're digging signals that traditionally you might not think is going to be a winner. This came up at 26, which is a kind of an odd number. I was chasing weird things and I got this old button. You can see it's the top of a 2-piece button. This would have a flat side with the shank sticking up, and it's small, it's cuff size. And this side, I'm sure it had an image on it at one time. 2-piece buttons are usually known for having some sort of image, but it's a little bit smushed. I can't quite tell what it is, but I do see something in there. This site we're at seems to span from like the mid-1600s all the way up to almost modern day. So the things we're finding, it's just hard to tell. I'm gonna put it in the case. I love finding old stuff, and who doesn't love buttons? All right, Matt just pulled out another coin. I mean, we don't travel very far. We travel like 10 feet in a half an hour because just going really slow. You don't want to miss anything amazing. Matt got himself an Indian penny. Not a lot of Indians from this field. It looks like it might be 1892 maybe, Matt?
Yeah, it's a good guess.
82, 92, something like that. Pretty nice, man. Nice shield in the back. Probably kept like a 39. Do you remember?
Yeah, right around there. 42.
42. Wow, it's kind of high. Well, hey, nice find. There's a ton of cool stuff around, so we're just going to eke out and see what else we can get.
Thanks.
All right, when you're finding the fish, it's really hard to leave the area, and we're finding some good fish. This one in the ground was like a 34. A little higher out of the ground, but it is a beautiful button. Where do you see this? Now this is the front, the side that people would see, and it looks to be just a plain flat button. I'll have to clean it better to really look at it later. Could be something in the middle, I'm not sure. But here's the back. Look at the back, ready? Look at that. Writing all around the perimeter. There's an inner band circle with markings or maybe writing in there too. It looks like it's markings. And I can make out some of the lettering. I think it's going to be a unique manufacturer, which are sometimes the more fun ones to find. So I'm going to clean it up later and try to get a good look at this sucker. But pretty nice. Maybe I'll get lucky and there'll be something in the front too. All right, this is unbelievable. Matt just called and he said, I got one. Now, because we've already found 2 cobs here, I know he must mean another cob. Is it?
Man, look at that.
Oh, wow, that is a tiny one, Matt. That might be a half free, or could it be a 1? I'm trying to see what I see on there. All right, that's the Crusader cross side. The other side would have more information.
I don't know.
It looks like a script A, but I think it's could be a different variety too. The variety we have, the Crusader cross and the Herculean pillars. There were other varieties that were older
This might
and
be
or
just
newer.
like a cut piece of a cob.
Could be. Look
Yeah.
how straight that
Quarter.
line is. Did you check your hole to see if maybe...
Wow. I think this is a different type of cob than the one we were finding. But how crazy is that, Doug? 3 cobs already from this little section of field. Unbelievable. Wow. And this has got to be hundreds of years old too. Congratulations, Matt.
All right, man.
Yours doesn't have as much detail, so I'm not as familiar with it, but I'm glad you're on the board. Every one of us got one so far. All right, Doug, Matt had to leave, and that's got to be killing him because this field is nuts. But Doug gave me the large copper sign. We're spreading out trying to see what other parts of this field could be hot spots. So when we come back in the fall, we'll know where to begin. And Doug got himself a copper out here. Let me see if I can see it.
Yeah,
Oh, you covered it? Okay.
yeah, it was a long walk for you.
Yeah.
I need it's in there.
There it is. Oh, got hit by the plow.
That's the second one I had to hit by the plow. That's pretty toasty.
Well, yeah, you might not get a ton off of it. Let's brush it, Doug. It does have a nice bow to it.
It's not supposed
Oh, I
to.
think I might see something in the middle.
Yeah?
Well, I'm not sure. It could just be dirt. Let's brush it down, Doug, and see what you got. All right, there's Dougie's coin. We brushed it down. There's not a lot of detail. We're hoping the Perron will throw some shadows up. Yeah. At 12 o'clock, it looks like there could be some lettering or maybe some stars. Could just be corrosion. You don't know. Up. We're not really sure. I do see like some bands going down vertically, but again, I can't tell if that's part of the image or just wear from hundreds of years in the ground. Here's this side, not much better.
That is actually worse.
So he's got a farm field copper. Not sure what it is. Might not ever get an idea off this sucker, but you never know. It's still going to be hundreds of years old, and we're going to work this area like 2 turtles in the mud, Doug. Well, good job. Maybe we'll figure out what it is later, but I'm happy you got another copper to add to your ever-growing collection.
Yes. Thank you.
All right, Doug, we are walking up these rows, exploring different parts of this incredible field, and I came across this. You ready?
Yep.
44, 45. Could be a slick copper. It's very small. Listen.
Oh, yeah.
It starts faintly right there. I swing over it. It should be gone about here. Yep, and it's gone. This is going to be at least.
We found some interesting stuff.
This is gonna
More
be-
shallow than that.
It's going to be at least a piece of brass or copper.
Okay.
Maybe silver. I don't think it'll be a cob though, unless it's a big giant cob.
A corn on the cob.
Could be.
Still in there? No, it's in the...
I think it's in here. It's a coin. Or is it a button?
No, it's a button.
Real sweat will help.
Yeah, it does look like a coin, doesn't it?
All right, Doug, let me clean it up and come back.
Okay.
I think it's going to be a coin, but I don't know what it is.
I think I see a bust on there.
All right, hold on. All right, there's the coin, and this one is in terrible shape. And we're trying to use the Paron to capture it. Maybe they'll see it there. I think in the middle it says half cent, and it is about the size of a US half cent. There is not much meat on the bone on this one, Doug.
No.
And I do see some of the wreath.
Side.
Yeah. It would flip like this, and I loaded it up with some grease from my brow to try to get something. And I thought from one angle I saw like a classic head half cent, but now I'm not seeing it.
Yeah.
Let me try to move it out to the sun. I just had it. Right about that. I thought I saw classic head's face facing to my fingertips. I think I see part of a nose, but it's barely on there. The back is the better side, where I can at least faintly see some of half cent.
Yep, and the wreath.
And I can see the wreath as I kind of angle it back and forth very slowly. So probably a 200-plus-year-old U.S. halfpenny.
Easily.
So I'll take that half cent, I guess. We don't like to use penny over here.
No.
So all right, I'll take it, Doug. That's a nice old coin.
Yeah, nice.
Not the best condition one I've ever found, but another one for the purse.
Yep, good job.
All right, dog tag Doug just pulled another copper. At this point, I prefer to see those 30s for a chance at a cob, even more so than the higher 40s for the coppers.
Yeah.
How often do we get cobs? But today has been a heck of a cob day. That's definitely a copper, Doug, and it's another bent one.
Yeah, it looks like it got touched by the plow. A little more than the last one.
Oh my goodness.
Wind dries it out nice.
Yeah. I see writing up at the top. Yep, I see it.
I see it all the way around, but I can't make it out.
I see something.
Looks to be about the same size as the last one.
Yeah, it's the same shape too.
Yeah. Yeah, about the.
Yeah. Slightly bowed.
Actually, this looks a little bigger, but not much.
Yeah, I see something. I can't figure out. Oh, hold on. I see it right there, Doug. Take that bottom one away.
This one?
Yeah, take that bottom one away. That's the old one. I see Britannia. I see her outstretched arm on the left and her arm on the right, and I can kind of see her head popping through.
Uh-huh.
I can barely see her, so I'm not sure exactly what coin this is going to be. This side was so slick, though.
Really toasted.
Well,
Finding really old coins here. Really old.
Yeah, and it's a shame this one's seen better days. We'll clean up better back at the cars because there was some really good stuff here. I don't want to waste any time. I can almost see her there, too. Well, hey, good find, Doug. We're going to keep marching on. Hell, Doug also had this musket ball a few minutes ago. One of the prettier ones we've gotten.
We got a ton of musket balls.
Yeah, I got a smushed one, but you got a nice one with those like striation lines in it.
Yes,
All right, I had a pretty good one here. This is bouncing in the high 30s, occasionally a 40. I cut the plug and flipped it over, and I know the target is somewhere in here. Oh, it's a coin or a button. I think it's a button. Yep, I feel a shank on the back. It's a little flat button. And I don't know if there's a marking on it. Let's clean it up and take a good look at it. Well, not much on this one. It may have even had like a silver wash at one time, unless that's just my eyes playing tricks on me. But just a plain flat button. You can see where the shank was in the middle. It's no longer on there. Still probably 200 years old, but I'm getting closer to the hot spot where we found all the cobs. We went out exploring to try to look for other sections. Everything else was kind of barren, so we're heading back to the hot spot, and I know I'm on the right path. All right, Dougie's got another find right on the edge of where the wheat hits the non-wheat, and he already got a look at it. That's the rough signal that he heard. It could have been a little different in the ground.
Not much.
Let's see.
There it is right
Oh,
there.
yeah.
I think it's a bale seal.
That is massive.
Never seen anything like it.
Well, I don't know about all that.
I mean, a bale seal that large.
If it's a bale seal,
If
I mean.
it is, yeah.
Well, I
But there
feel
is some
I
kind
feel
of
two
mark.
nails in it, Doug.
Really?
Yeah, you don't have a magnet on you, do you?
I do not.
There's a nail right here.
Oh, yeah.
And a
Oh,
nail
yeah,
right
another
there.
one.
So I don't know if it was a bale seal. I think. Oh, look, and there's the studs. I don't think it's a bale seal. This was hammered into something to act like it's a makeshift, sealer or something. But
Yeah.
most bale seals were
Interesting.
crimped over. Yeah, but that
That's
has
lead.
2 nails in it, and I think they're square nails, Doug. I think they're square nails.
Wow.
Very interesting piece. I don't really know what it is exactly, but it's cool and it's got some good age to it based on that patina. All right, this one was really scratchy, but I'm just chasing anything that repeats at this point. It sounds good now. It is still bouncy, but when it was 5 inches deep, it sounded terrible. And I pulled out this tiny little button, and it does have a full shank on it. The shank's still covered in dirt, the hole, but it's on there. And on the front, there's a design. I don't know what it is. I've been brushing it for the last 3 minutes. I don't know if it is a clover or a cross, maybe. I can't tell. I don't even know if I'm holding it upside down or not. But that's beautiful. That is real tiny cuff button. Full shank. Absolutely beautiful. I even see a little bit of gilt coming through on the back under the dirt layer. So I'll clean that up at home later, but man, that is a sharp one. I love buttons, and that's a pretty one. Well, this place has been absolutely amazing. I mean, me alone, I think I've gotten 5 copper coins, maybe 6 copper coins, the 1666 Cob, probably over 20 buttons just for me. Doug's probably got a dozen or so buttons. He's got the Cob. He's got more coppers than me, maybe 9 at this point. Matt had to leave. I don't know how many he got. I saw at least 2 or 3 coppers, and his mini Cob, don't know about his buttons, but most of them in this small little section from there till about here where you see every 10 feet, little signals. It might be a piece of aluminum, but it might be a button or a Cob or anything. So we're digging every repeatable signal and coming out with some pretty cool stuff. But let's go. The sun's starting to get low. I got about another hour, and I want to spend every second of it searching for more. All right, this one's a pretty cool one. This was pretty deep, one of the deeper holes that I dug. And let's see, in the 30s, which I'm chasing those 30s because that's where the Cobs and buttons are coming up, I got this piece of fork. And you might be thinking, oh, wow, you got a fork, good job. But A, it's a 3-prong fork. 2, it's kind of flat, if you can tell. And 3, if you look right there where it was cracked, it's pewter. So this fork is probably 200 years old, 3-pronged fork, or at least half the fork. Very cool. Super old, part of the house site. And again, I mean, as I look around, pottery, broken glass everywhere, red brick. We must have found, geez, so many musket balls and old coins. What a good spot. Awesome. I love it. All right, I came over to Doug. He didn't have anything good in this hole. But when I came over,
Hell of a hole.
I was showing him my fork because I thought it was just interesting because it was pewter. And when I showed it to him in the sun, I noticed
That pattern.
it's got a pattern. Let me see if I can get it, Doug, because the sun's in a bad angle. Can you see that?
I see it fine.
It's a shame it's broken. That's beautiful. Those fork tines, if it wasn't bent over, would have been long.
Oh, yeah.
You're stabbing yourself in the back of the throat. All right, I don't want to keep talking about my fork, but I'm just happy with it. I'm still pulling good stuff out of here. The sun's slowly going down on us, but we're going to try to make the most of it. This was another scratchy mid-30s, and that seems to be the magic signal of the day. I thought it was an underwear button at first, but now I think it was the knob of an oil lamp. I saw a lot of writing on it, and as I started to rub it, I could see it says patent. And if I spin it, I think it was right there. You can see the patent date, 1868, up at the top. Like I said, just the knob of an old gas oil lamp, but pretty cool. Love things with dates. Awesome piece. Oh man, what a magical farm this is. The only thing that's a little bit of a shame is that we found it so late into the season. If we would have had this all winter long, it would have just been incredible. But for the 2 short days that we've had it, countless buttons, including some real beauties like the flower one, the tomback one that Doug got, the tomback one that I found with the etching on it. But the coins, oh my goodness, the coins. Beautiful large cent. That matron I got, 1828, was phenomenal. Classic had half cent that was kind of slick today. We probably got about 6 or 7 slick coppers too. We don't know what they were. But then of course Doug and I each getting a Liberty Cap large cent. Doug's was in much better shape than mine, but 2 at one farm field, absolutely insane. And of course, if that wasn't enough, not 1, not 2, but 3 Spanish Cobs. Mine from 1666, Doug's 1679, and Matt's dateless piece, but also going all the way back to the 1680s. None of us have ever found a Spanish Silver Cob before, and we pull 3 from this little tiny section of farm. Absolutely unbelievable. Now the farmer said that he was going to fertilize that wheat crop in the next 2 days or so. So me, Doug, Rich, and Lynn go back for one last shot until next winter. We want to try to get Rich a cob so that every single one of us gets one. So tune in next week to see if Rich can get his first and only cob, or maybe me and Doug get our second cob. Under the clock, under the gun, before that fertilizer goes down and we lose the farm until next winter. So tune in next week for that. It should be a fun one. And otherwise, thanks for watching, everybody. Happy hunting, and I will see you on the next one. Later.